Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. How are you, beautiful ladies? Let's jump right into it. Gentle parenting mistake because of the vague rules. Okay, and this is how we're going to fix it. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You say, how many times do I have to tell you you don't listen? Or your child stares at you and he is looking at you with a blank stare and it's just like, what did I do wrong? So you feel disrespected, you feel they feel attacked, and everyone ends that day on an edge, right? So, what if your child isn't actually being disobedient? What if your expectations were really never clear in the first place? When we tell them, go clean up your room, what is that clean in your mind? Okay? Is it clear in their mind? So today we're talking about behavior number 9 from Stephen Covey's book, The Speed of Trust. We're still talking about this. If you haven't checked out the book, I'm going to leave the link in the description. So why it matters? Why does clear expectations matter? What happens when things are fuzzy? And how to be crystal clear without being mean or without being really harsh. Okay? If you're new here, I want to just welcome you. I'm Tasneem Saifi, and I'm a parenting coach for moms who are feeling overwhelmed with the chaos and just have they're on that autopilot of the yelling and screaming, and their kids are not listening. So we want to find that calm and find that connection again. So let's jump right in. Why are clear expectations so important, right? So kids crave predictability and clear rules, right? And when they know when they know what's expected and what will happen if they don't follow through, they feel safe and more in control. Just like in school, they have a schedule, they have fixed places for things, and they know exactly what is going to happen. So, when expectations are clear and consistent, your child doesn't have to guess what version of you they're getting today. And they're more likely to follow through because the rules make sense. And your home feels calmer because you're not constantly trying to negotiate or change the rules based on your mood. Put your hand up or let me know in the comments if this is resonating with you. So, research shows that in an inconsistent or unpredictable parenting actually increases opposing behaviors because kids push more to figure out where their limits are. So, clear expectations reduce that guesswork and give them a clear roadmap. If I behave this certain way, this is going to happen. This is the consequences. If I don't do this, this is the reaction I'm going to get from my parents. Okay? So, what happens when the expectations are not clear? Let's make this really simple with an everyday example. So, you're headed to a friend's house, okay, and you tell your 6-year-old, be good, okay? Don't embarrass me. So, in your mind, be good means no running inside, no jumping on furniture, being polite, sharing toys, saying hello to adults, right? But in your child's mind, be good is unclear. Um, is just don't hit anyone, don't scream too loud, and that's it. That's being good. So they run inside, they touch everything, speak loudly, and then you snap and you said, I told you to be good. Why are you misbehaving? So, from their perspective, they actually were good. The expectation was vague from your side. So, they didn't have that clear target in their mind, if you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Another example could be homework and screen time. You say, finish your homework first, then you can watch TV. Okay. So, what's missing? When does homework actually start? What time do I need to begin my homework? How much needs to be done? Just my maths work, or just my English homework, or just my reading homework? Right? So what happens if they refuse or they don't do their homework? What is the consequences? Is that a rule that is clear to them in their mind? So 5:30 p.m. comes, they turn on the TV, and then you get angry. You say, "I said to do your homework first. Why don't you ever listen?" So the rule lived in your head is not in a clear, shared agreement. To them, it feels random and unfair, okay? Because you guys both are not on the same page. Let's talk about bedtime battles, okay? You say, "It's time for bed, let's go." So bedtime changes every night. You sometimes it's 9 o'clock, sometimes it's 9:30, sometimes it's 8 o'clock, sometimes so some nights you let them bring five toys. Other nights you restrict them to, play a game before they go to sleep. So from your child's perspective, there is no real rules, only how tired or stressed mom is today. If you're feeling tired, you're feeling frustrated, you want them to be in bed. So that inconsistency makes them push harder. "Oh, one more show," or "I'm not tired." They test because the boundary keeps moving from your side. Does that make sense? And so let's talk about how to be clear in three simple steps. Okay, how to clarify the expectations in a way that's firm and kind, but not controlling and manipulating. So, step one, be specific and concrete. Vague is something like, "Be good, behave in the store, listen to me." But clear and concrete is, okay, "In the store, your hand stays on the cart, not on the shelves." Okay, so they know they have to be walking with you, they can be roaming around in the store. Clear and concrete means we walk in the house, no running inside. Okay, so that's very, very clear. If you go to the masjid, you tell them you sit next to me during the sermon. Okay, when I say your name, I need you to pause what you're doing, look at me, and say, "Yes, mom." So they know that is called listening. Okay, so specific expectations give your child a picture of what you actually want. Their brain needs that picture. Step two, say it before the moment, not during the tantrum or not during the meltdown. So most of us try to teach in the middle of chaos when they're screaming on the floor, where they're angry, they're frustrated, and especially when we're late, they're crying, or when you're cooking dinner. That's the worst time to teach. So shift to pre teaching before going to the mosque, okay, or going to the masjid. Expectations, or you pack your bag, you put your little notebook, your colors, whatever that is, and we use quiet voices. We don't run around. You sit next to mom, okay. If it's hard, we'll step outside for a few minutes to get some air, okay. So going out before the restaurant, we're eating out. So expectation, you stay in your seat. You can talk quietly. If you need a break, you tell me. If you leave your seat and run, we'll need to go home. Okay? Simple, clear expectations before the event. All right? So you're setting the rule when everyone's calm and they know what to expect and know how to behave. So that's when real learning actually sticks and they remember. Okay? Step three, pair expectations with reason and predictable follow through. So kids are more likely to cooperate when they understand the why behind it. You don't just say, because I said so. Okay, it's very vague. They don't know why you're acting or you're saying this. So try, we walk in the masjid because no one gets hurt, because it is one of the rules of the masjid, and that's how we respect the masjid. We clean up toys so we can find them later and not step on them and get hurt. Um, we turn off the TV so our brain can rest and can sleep easier. Okay, and then follow through calmly. If the rule is TV goes off at 7:30, 8 o'clock, you have to put a timer in your mind as well. At 8 o'clock, you turn off the TV. Okay. It's not about arguing for 15 minutes and then you finally give in, let them watch another show. you just teach them that the rule is argue enough and mom will change her mind, right? So they if they know that your expectations will change or your rules will change for them or bend for them, they will push your limits. So calm, predictable follow through is what makes expectations feel real, not optional. Okay? Quick real life phrase bank. Okay? Here are a couple of phrases that you can, change it up into your own language and use it for your own kids. The rule is blank. If blank happens, then blank. So the rule is toys stay in the living room. If toys go in the hallway, they go in the basket until tomorrow. Um, in this situation, I expect you to blank. So in the store, I expect you to keep one hand on the cart. Or in the masjid, I expect you to sit next to me during namaz or during prayer. Okay? Short, clear, and repeatable. I want to say this very clearly to you, and I want to just send you this reminder again. If your expectations have been vague and all over the place, it doesn't mean you're a bad mom, okay? Most of us were not taught how to set clear, age responsible, age appropriate expectations. We were given orders or even threats, or because I said so, listen to me now. And now we're trying to parent differently while we're exhausted. Okay, so instead of shaming yourself, try this. Just pick one hotspot, either it's mornings or screen time or bedtime, and ask, what exactly do I want this to look like? Okay, so set the expectation in your mind first. Write down 2 to 3 clear expectations in your mind and tell your child ahead of time what you expect from them. So practice, adjust, and repeat. You're allowed to learn. We're all learning here. So your kids don't need a perfect mom. They need a growing, honest one. So, ladies, if this episode helped you see your child's behavior differently and your behavior differently, and you want more calm and connection in your home, here are 3 things I want you to do. Firstly, write expectations in the comments if you want me to go in more depth with this. Share this video with a friend, with a mom that feels the same way. And if you're thinking I need someone to walk me through this in my real life, check the description box for the details on my free parenting workshop. And we focus on emotional regulation, communication, building trust with our kids. You don't have to do this alone. Clarifying expectations is one step towards a calmer, more connected home. Inshallah, this was helpful for you. Do check out the free parenting workshop. It's in the description. And don't forget to check out this book. It's changed so much for me in my life. Assalamu alaikum. I'll see you in the next one.